What's going on, guys? Seth here doing a TLG Reacts. That's right, a TLG Reacts because we had to delay Game of the Month by one day, only one day. It's coming very soon because somebody who's participating in the conversation couldn't make it because they got a second dab of something that rhymes with schmack-scene. They're not feeling the dopest, but I'm sure they're better now. We're going to have that conversation. So stay tuned. We will be talking about Cyberpunk 2077 tomorrow. So make sure to come back for that conversation and tell us what you thought of that game. We'll let you know what we thought of it. And we will be picking our next game of the month. On that note, though, it's September, so we are starting our community pick game of the month voting. Now, the way this works is throughout September, from now, September 1st, to the end of September, every video you get one vote. You vote per video. You type in GOTM for game of the month, just GOTM, and the game you want. Every video is a vote. You can vote once. And at the end of the month, we look at all the votes and we take the three highest voters and then we randomly pick from you three, the three games you guys picked. And at the end of the month, we find the highest voted game, and that becomes our game of the month for October. And the two runner-ups get thrown onto our game of the month list, where you will be still pulled at some later date randomly, as we do on game of the month. So to reiterate, vote throughout September, one vote per video. At the end of the month, we'll find the highest voted games, and they will make it into the top three. Top three will be randomly picked, the random number generator, to have our game of the month in October, and the two runner-ups will still make it onto the game of the month list. They'll get pulled later for your viewing pleasure. So yeah, make sure to vote on every video throughout September. If you don't want to vote, cool. If you want to vote, dope. If there's not a whole lot of people who vote, then I guess it's gonna be a really easy pick. But if there's a bunch of people who vote, it's gonna be a lot of fun finding out who is the winner of our game of the month. Now, not to make it a competition, but the same person the last 2 years has won. So if they win this year, I'm going to start calling it Psycho's game of the month pick for the channel. So make sure to vote. It's going to be random. So not to discourage you, just joking, although that did happen. And yeah, as of right now, this video, you can vote GOTM and your game. All right, so delayed episode, we went over that, but we're going to be reacting on this TLG Reacts to Far Cry 6 gameplay. The embargo's up and people have been playing it. They're showing off gameplay. We're going to watch a little bit of that. The No Man's Sky Frontiers trailer has come out. I want to watch that. And then we're going to be watching a couple clips from the Dead Space Remake event they had yesterday. But we're in a new month, so make sure to download and play the games that were actually correct in the leaks, which are Overcooked All You Can Eat on PlayStation 5, Hitman 2 on PS4, and Predator Hunting Grounds on PS4 as well. Make sure to download those, play those, come back at the end of the month for Plus Club to let us know what you thought of those games. And of course, we will let you know what we thought of them. And if you missed the most recent Plus Club, it is out, so go check it out. We talked about Hunter's Arena Legends, Plants vs. Zombies, Battle for Neighborville, and Tennis World Tour 2. It was a great conversation, so hopefully you can join us and let us know what we thought of those games. And we definitely already let you know what we thought of them, so check that out. And yeah, game of the month, we'll find out tomorrow, 1 day delay, but we are still playing Cyberpunk 2077, so make sure to come back for that, and we're going to find out the randomly picked game of the month tomorrow. And of course, vote throughout September. Game of the month and your pick, GOTM and your pick. Vote on this video right now throughout September. And yeah, we have a Discord link down below. You can talk to us anytime, all the time. We're on iTunes, Spotify, and other podcast platforms if you prefer to listen to us. And we have a Patreon if you'd like to support this channel even more than liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. If you're brand new, comments and likes really help, specifically because I like to know what you guys are saying and thinking about things. But yeah, the likes really help. So make sure to hit the like button, please. And yeah, I think that's everything. Let's just jump into this TLG Reacts. All right, what do you say we watch some videos? I got 4 lined up, so let's just jump into them. The first video is Far Cry 6 gameplay and impressions. This is from Jack Frags. YouTube channel. I'm sure you know of him. Check him out. If you like this content, there's other people who've released videos as well, but they're all like an hour long. This one is reasonable at 13 minutes, so it seems a little more reasonable than the other videos. Let's well, before we jump into it, just so you know where I'm coming from, I like every Far Cry game pretty much. I loved Far Cry 5. I know that was divisive for people, but I'm somebody who really liked Far Cry 5 a lot. I think it's one of the best Far Cries. I hated New Dawn, though. I think New Dawn's awful. I hate the direction they took that in. I don't like that they tried to make it into a looter-shooter RPG. I think that was awful, and if they do that with this game, I'll be very upset. I have seen that there is health bars in this game. I hear you can turn them off. Let's hope, because I don't like that shit. As long as it feels like Far Cry, where I can get those headshots, get those kills, sneak up on people, shoot people, and it doesn't slowly just take away from their health bar, I will be happy. And I'm also hearing this game's super zany, and I know Far Cry is kind of known for being like zany with a lot of the crazy stuff, but I hear this one's like really fucking crazy and weird. So I'm cautious about where they're taking that. I don't want it to turn into Saints Row 3 and 4. That's where I'm at. I don't want it to be Saints Row 3 and 4. Keep a little bit of the zaniness, but keep it grounded, please. And I know you're thinking Far Cry Blood Dragon, but that's a separate thing. That's its own little thing, and it was awesome. I just want to be a person sent into an area, going crazy, and slowly just becoming a fucking warlord. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let's watch this and let's find out.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Far Cry 6. Big thanks to Ubisoft for sponsoring this one and letting me get hands on with the game. Are they
so we got horse riding and chickens.
Dude, just chill. It's baby chicken.
It looks clean. I mean, it looks like Far Cry, but it looks clean.
Aren't they the cutest thing you ever did see?
Those are adorable.
Cow, look after those chicks. So
don't say that. I've seen a video of a fucking horse eating chickens.
A legendary mercenary who apparently is going to help us revolutionize
some more wingsuit
and overturn
more of the same stuff.
Gus
I'm
Fring
okay with that.
From Breaking Bad. He's up to no good.
Rifle's looking like a carbine with some kind of silencer or something on it.
Chickens here. Bloody hell.
I know this game has a lot of like DIY weapons.
You want to humiliate the army all by yourself? Idiota! You're never satisfied.
Same, bro. Same, bro. Look at that fucking chicken.
You thank me? Golden! See my kid!
What?
Chicharron.
The legendary mercenaries of Rooster.
What do you want?
That's scary. I kind of love that
Fine
thing.
with it. Yeah, it's okay. No, I followed him over here.
Oh yeah, and there's the little puppy in this game. His legs don't work. He's got the wheels. Holy shit! If it's like Far Cry 5 and I can have two sidekicks, I mean everybody's gonna do it, but I want the chicken and the puppy. Though having someone fly around in 5 was so nice.
And Chicharron wants to get in there. They work for the military. And there's Guapo, my pet crocodile.
Pet crocodile, dude.
Go with it.
Okay, I know it's like it's might get a little too zany, but some zany's fine.
Guapo needs a bit of backup here.
Especially when it's animals, dude. If you got animals fucking hanging out with you, fucking sidekicking.
What is going on?
It's a clusterfuck.
A Rottweiler versus a rooster. Have you ever seen such a thing? Guapo.
Okay, what I'm seeing. Ooh, yeah, I like that pistol. Ooh, yeah.
How about some fire? Fire's always good.
Oh, yeah, there's like the missile pack too they showed in the trailer.
Guapo, I'm sorry.
That's interesting.
My bad. It's okay. He's not happy about that. I'm afraid the rooster's been overrun by dogs.
So it's interesting that I'm not seeing the health bars above people because I saw. Oh no, there it is right there. Never mind. I take it back.
I think that's it.
But I heard that you can turn it off, which I definitely will want to do.
Oh my God.
I want less in Far Cry. I want
Right,
less
it's fine,
fucking
it's
UI,
fine.
man.
Once Soldado Blood touched Chicharron's beak, he was never the same. But now I can trust that he has found the
At the very least, like this game, I feel like is going to be a lot of fun.
No.
Far Cry is always a lot of fun, just like running around, free roaming, sneaking in, killing people, blowing shit up.
Chicharron can do.
That is a beefy crossbow. Oh damn, was it shooting spears? Okay, it's got physics when you shoot them with shit.
Why did the civilian park right in front?
Love it.
They're gonna have to die now. Sorry. It's just normal Far Cry. It's fine.
Why'd that just blow up? That's not normal Far
This is what
Cry.
I've come
One
to
shot.
expect. It's all right. Okay, now I think I've got to put some graffiti somewhere up there. Okay, I don't know why the rooster is demanding that I graffiti everything, but I'm scared of it.
Damn, that's a
I'll just do
wild
what it
way to
says.
do graffiti. Oh yeah.
Okay, so the rooster.
Oh
wants me to
yeah.
put his name everywhere.
Chicharron approves.
Listen, I'm just gonna do what the rooster says, all right? Chicken, what are you doing?
All right, Chicharron.
It's just a box.
Look at him, he's so fucking pissed.
Okay, my objective is follow the angry rooster.
I'm gonna kill him. He's got to get on quad to keep up with him.
That's what I'm gonna do.
It's like a velociraptor.
Why? It's just a man selling fruit and vegetables.
I feel like this whole video is just
No.
gonna be him observing this chicken.
Chickaron, he's just terrorizing everyone. I don't get it.
Those pots are my life.
What do you mean you don't get it?
Nah, he's
Look
gonna
at
get
him.
What
Why would he
about
not?
Naruto?
He looks like a fucking marauder.
Wait, Chicharron. Hang on. Go.
It's bouncing soldiers.
Hate the health bars. Ooh, goddamn.
Brutal.
It's like
Not the
half
velociraptor,
really
right?
intense, half kind of weird looking though, that execution,
That's not a
because
rooster.
they're
suppose
like
they are
hacking
based
to the
on
neck,
dinosaurs, aren't
but they're not. It's not like really a slicing motion, which you would assume there is, which would make, I think it would take it a little too far, it'd be way too
can help
intense.
with
But
this.
they're already going with the fucking hacking at the neck. But it seems weird to go and then just
Maybe
kind
Chickaron
of
was a bit close to the explosion there.
be done with it. The animation looks kind of weird.
We're going in here.
How was my day? Well, I followed a bloodthirsty rooster into combat after he blew up a truck.
And a crocodile.
Damn.
I think you should know. That's not what I meant.
God damn, dude.
Right, we just busted into this government building then. Chickaron could use some help destroying the files.
So the
How does the
fucking
rooster even know that this is a
the
government
machete
building?
kills are pretty gnarly.
Roosters don't have that mental.
That's so weird looking to me. It's cool, but it's kind of
I've
weird.
never known a rooster.
It's like he puts
Maybe they
this
are
machete under their neck and like
Dude.
rests their chin on like a shelf.
Oh, he just kicked
I'm
him
already
in the
stabbed into him
face.
though in the back. That's really fucked up.
What is going? I think he's just destroying all the files. Look,
Damn, he's pissed.
I can help with this. All right, that's like the
Pretty cool.
third time that I've set Chickaron on fire. I do apologize. Chickaron, are we done? No, there's some more there. This will help, won't it?
Damn, just throw it.
It seems to be immune as well. Like, I don't know. I feel like the rooster's got God mode on or something.
How are you not getting paper cut?
Rooster is God mode.
I quite like this thing, man. The state gun. It's good.
I really like the gun.
Get him, Guapo.
There's not, and there's games out there that do it. There's not enough games out there that like.
Whoa. That ragdoll, man.
The files have been
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, it's ridiculous, but I rather ridiculous ragdoll than minimal. There's not enough games out there with like a nail gun, like Fear, like fucking you shoot someone in the head and they get nailed to the wall by their head. Or like Painkiller back in the day, even though those games are kind of janky, but like they still had stuff like that. So I'm very happy to see some kind of harpoon nail gun style weapon.
On there. There you go, mate.
It's funny, I kind of forget this is Far Cry every once in a while. I'm seeing like a chicken running around attacking people and the guy like using a flamethrower to light everybody on fire, but then like just seeing that rappel
Just like the colors,
fucking grappling hook
I mean, that's a big
symbol
one. That took me a long time.
brought me right back in. So the setting's interesting too. Like I haven't really talked about that a whole lot. Like every Far Cry has their own unique locations, and
Is that necessary?
this one's pretty cool looking. It's pretty different.
Destroyed this man's world.
Very arid, but also kind of tropical
We're off
looking.
again. We're going again.
Very hilly.
Is it sniffing? What is it?
What did that mongoose ever do to you?
It just kills random wildlife now as well. Poor little.
Yeah, I'm wondering what kind of wildlife will even be in this game.
Oh. Is it a stealth attack? What if I shoot this?
I like how the chicken just ran up and kicked that person in the kidney.
Getting
And it
too
was
far
so
from
hard,
me,
they were
chicken.
like,
I think the objective's
"Oh,"
getting
and
too far
died.
from me. Failed. You're having a laugh. Alright, let's try again. Maybe I shouldn't have shot the explosive barrel.
Maybe you shouldn't blow up the fucking chicken.
That was a one-hit kill that time.
Was it not the
Oh, you
first
do it
time?
Anyway. Right. So it can read.
Why?
And it knows how.
Why?
it
Why
knows
the
it
fuck
using
did?
barrels.
Why'd the chicken do that?
Keep Chica-Ron alive while he wrecks the monument. Right, I can do that. He's just standing there and taking it. How about some rockets?
You do something.
Yeah. Well, that definitely helped.
Man, I don't know if I like the missile or the jetpack more. The jetpack's nice because it's like a get the fuck off me move. But then like the missile, you have that range, which would be great for like vehicles showing up randomly while you're already in the middle of a gunfight. You can fucking be like, I get the hell out of here. Or there's a tank or some shit.
More effectively when I set him on fire, so. I
Interesting.
can drag this guy here. Look at this.
It's interesting to. Oh, that's cool. You can pull them over. Damn.
Ow, grenade. I don't have grapple
It's interesting how every new iteration of Far Cry now, it's like, what kind of healing animations do we get this time?
If there used to be a effective fighting force.
Why are they seem to? Oh, price spotted.
They just don't care about me either. They're just so focused on Chica-Ron.
What do you call him? Chicaron?
Fucking all adorable noises. Die.
That flamethrower could be better, and the only reason I even bring that up is shout out to Aliens Fireteam Elite. It has a pretty cool flamethrower.
Get him, Chica-Ron.
And that game doesn't have this budget.
Yes. we did
That
it.
machete animation's weird looking.
We destroyed the monument. Now we're gonna make it our own. Chica-Ron will rule these lands.
Por supuesto, Chicharrón gets what Chicharrón wants.
He's like Chicaron.
Damn right.
Chicaron.
Yeah, it's a velociraptor.
Fucking A.
Does it get that big in real life?
That's
I've never seen the rooster that big.
You've
Well, I've
never
never seen that many
seen, like I'm
roosters, so I
talking to
don't
this
know.
guy, you've never seen that fucking video that's been around for years on the internet, the giant chicken coming out of the fucking chicken coop?
Like to be betted. Chicha-Ron versus a horse. Come on. Get him.
Oh,
Jack. Oh my god, the horse. Kicked him off.
Go get them, Chicharron.
Chicha-Ron, kill.
Get them, Chicharron.
man, this sucks because like
Bro.
this
Oh,
happened
you
with the last
missed.
game too.
That was an easy one.
Certain sidekicks got like the
No.
showcase. They showed them off, or whatever.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Chica-Ron just
And by the time the game came out, everybody just picked those
I
guys.
feel like it could turn on
Like
me.
Far Cry 5, people only
On a
had the
moment's
cougar
notice.
or the bear with
Right.
them,
I'm
or
gonna
the
leave
person who
that. Thank you
flies
for
or the
watching.
dog. And the dog makes sense because the dog
Yeah,
could spot
sugar
people
on-
from across the fucking map.
going
So
for
it's
a
like,
swim.
why wouldn't you have that? Then having like a tank with the bear,
We're gonna
plus
go
it's a
see,
bear, so it's dope.
what's on
Or
the
the
island
cougar
out
who
there.
sneaks around and kills people. It's like, why wouldn't you have any of those? But then some people pick the
If
plane
you
person
enjoyed
too, I
it,
forgot
leave a
their
like. If
name.
you didn't, a dislike.
Just
Subscribe
because
if you
having
want,
that
and I'll see
aerial
you
superiority
next time. Bye-bye.
is nice. Anyway, I feel like everybody's gonna have the alligator or crocodile, where the fuck it is. I always get this mixed up. Crocodile and the chicharron and the dog. I feel like everybody's gonna have those three. No one's gonna use it unless they got other ones that are interesting. They really gotta work hard on making more of the sidekicks feel as fun and viable as certain ones. Anyway, that was the gameplay for Far Cry 6. This game actually comes out pretty soon, so it's interesting to be seeing gameplay now. I was already sold on the game, and then I saw the health bars. I got a little worried, but I'm not worried anymore. It does just seem like Far Cry. It doesn't look like a looter shooter. It doesn't look like a game where you're dwindling down health bars. It just seems like there are health bars there now for a visual indicator for people who maybe are less inclined to want to play the game and have to look for visual cues to know if someone's dead, like if they're laying face first in the ground. So they put health bars there for some reason, but it's not the same as New Dawn. It doesn't seem, as of right now. Fucking, I've been disappointed before New Dawn. But yeah, overall, it's looking fun. It's looking like Far Cry. It's looking like a lot of chaos and carnage with crazy weapons. The addition to the rocket pack and the missile pack. Even though it kind of takes me out of it a bit, it still looks fun. It looks like viable weapons to use, so I'm into it. The sidekicks are looking cool. We really just got a showcase of Chicharron here, but he is looking sick. I'm pretty impressed with what they did with it as well. Like, obviously he's just around fighting shit and he's terrorizing things. That's awesome. But like in the mission where he like actually broke through the door and stuff like that, it did seem that they had put a little bit of work into him actually interacting with the environments, which I like. Also seeing him leap at somebody on a horse was fucking awesome to watch. And I'm very happy with that as well. Guns look good. I didn't really see anything too worthy of discussing, but I'm sure they'll be fine. The melee kills are looking brutal. The stealth is looking cool. It's looking about the same as what I'm used to, except for being able to pull people over walls. I don't remember that being in 5. If it was, let me know. Either way, I'm happy with that. I like more tools for stealth. I don't like a minimal stealth experience. If you're going to add stealth, make sure it's like a full thing that seems viable. Machine pistols looking sick. And the ragdoll seems like they've upped it a bit. The other games had, collapsing ragdoll, which is cool. But in this, it seems like they can go flying off, which is satisfying. In those random situations where a car explodes, you see a guy go flying, or earlier he shot a dude and they just did like a backflip, which is wild. I don't know why. Hopefully they don't always do that. It's always best when you just catch it in the moment, and it's like one of those situations where you're like, oh shit, I gotta record that. That was crazy. If it happens all the time, then it's just like it kind of loses its flavor. And yeah, harpoon gun, this fucking crossbow that launches people. It's very cool looking. And yeah, all in all, this game's looking really good. I can't wait to play it. I will be picking it up day one still and playing that co-op. I know one of the videos out there showed co-op. I did not watch that. Excuse me. I did not watch that because it was a longer video, and I pretty much understand what they're going to be doing with the co-op anyway. So just can't wait to play that once that comes out and once this comes out. So let me know in the comments, what do you think of this footage? Is there anything that concerns you? Anything that looks particularly awesome to you? What's your favorite part of it? Do you like Chicharron? Do you like the crocodile? And what are you hoping for from this game? And what are you possibly concerned about? Let me know everything you're thinking about in the comments below. Next video is No Man's Sky Frontiers trailer. This is a new update coming out that is apparently supposed to expand on the building tools and new base parts, which is pretty cool, but also supposed to add what I read was like Mos Eisley towns in or on planets that will add to the immersion of exploring the galaxy. This is just another notch in the ever expanding content belt of No Man's Sky. Hello Games has come back, brought this game back from the dead, and then some, like way beyond what they needed to do. If you're still complaining about this game, I think you're probably being a little unreasonable at this point, considering they haven't charged for any of it. So, quick little rant. Don't be that guy on Twitter still bitching at them. That's over. Hello Games is completely fucking... They've done more with this game than anybody wanted from the original game. So, anyway, we're going to watch this and see what it's like. I'm expecting buildings, towns, houses, ways to build, and probably cool music, considering the soundtrack to No Man's Sky is very good. All right, let's go. 3, 2, 1, go. Every atom procedural. Yeah, that's wild. This game's still such an ambitious idea. Everything. Yeah, I get it. Everything's unique. Cool armor. Cool RGB lighting, bro. Procedural interiors. Nah. I mean, it said everything, but I kind of assumed it would be handcrafted for that, just randomly placed. 250 new base parts? Town NPC simulation. Oh no. Become settlement overseer. 15 save slots. Monstrous companions. Improved visual effects. Still? It's looking pretty cool. More saved discoveries. New Twitch campaign. I don't know what that is. Season 3 Expedition, don't know what that is. Space Sky Nebulae. Holy shit. He's flying on a bug. Base building overhaul. That's pretty cool. Settlement management. Grow settlements. Man. Defend settlements. So there's stuff to do there. That's cool. Resolve disputes. Man, every time they add to this game, it's just a significant chunk that changes the trajectory of what this game is, which is really impressive. All right, that was brief, but overall, I'm honestly impressed. In a game where you go around discovering things and going around the galaxy or whatever, it's kind of amazing that there wasn't already some kind of settlements before, but that was never part of the original plan, I'm assuming, and so that they're actually bringing it in just adds more. So whether you're playing this game already, it's going to be exciting to have that new content, and it seems significant. But if you're someone like me who's still waiting for a reason to hop back in, this might be it. This is pretty good chunk of content. You're getting settlements, you're getting expanded base building with 250 pieces more for base building, or plus for base building. So you can really get that live-in quality to this game. It's not just hop in, explore, find some things, name it, and move on with your fucking life. Now there's something to stay for, something to build towards, something to work towards, something to play with your friends doing. There's stakes, you can defend it. It's very cool, honestly. I'm pretty impressed, and this makes me, if I had the time right now, and I might this month with the games coming out on PlayStation Plus. I'm still playing Cyberpunk right now, though. I kind of want to hop back in. I kind of want to play this. This is probably the point where I'm like, it seems like there's a lot to do. I'm sure there has been, but with this now, with something to really work towards and build towards, It's sounding more and more like a game I really want to play. I'm really impressed with what they're doing, and it looks awesome, sounds awesome, and yeah, great trailer. Got me hyped. Got me wanting to play the game, and yeah. Let me know in the comments though. What do you think about this trailer? What do you think about Frontiers content, DLC expansion, whatever you want to call that? Are you playing No Man's Sky still? Did you play it in the past? Did you never play it? Did you play it and you're disappointed and you came back, or vice versa? Maybe you didn't come back. Any interest in its current state, where it's going? Are you going to hop back in and play this? Are you still waiting for more content? Are you not interested in No Man's Sky? If you're still angry, I'm going to give you a chance. We can talk about this. If you're still angry with Hello Games in a reasonable way, what are your complaints about them and what they're doing? I'm curious because I still see people on Twitter's bitching, but I assume they're just being assholes and trolls because they can be. But if you're legitimately still upset with what they did with this game, let me know. I'm curious about your opinion, of course, as well. And yeah, let me know everything you think about. Comments below about No Man's Sky Frontiers trailer. It's looking fucking dope. It's looking really cool. Okay, moving on to Dead Space. Now, like I said before, there's a 41-minute video out there that is a full conversation. They talk about Dead Space Remake, what they're doing with it. I'm sure they have a lot to say about it, and I'm going to be real honest. I'm not the biggest Dead Space fan, but I appreciated them when they came out. I like that they made, a sci-fi horror game. But because I don't have that long-lasting affinity for the series, I don't want to listen to them talk about the game for 41 minutes, but I do want to see what they're doing, because this new remake might be something that could possibly turn me into a fan of the series. I don't know. I'm actually pretty excited that they're actually making this. So I'm not going to watch the full thing. I'm going to watch these 2 segments just to see what they're doing, just to get a glimpse, because what I'm hearing, it seems like it's still pretty early in its development. So it's a little too early for me to be getting super excited, but I am curious on what they're doing. Like I said before, not the biggest fan of the series, but I appreciate it. So it's not a series I dislike or something like that. It's just, if I'm going to play a horror game, I'm more into like Silent Hill and other stuff like that. But yeah, really exciting that they're making this. I hear that there's going to be no microtransactions, which is fantastic, especially coming from EA. Why would you have microtransactions in Dead Space anyway? But it's EA. They'll find a way. Life finds a way. And it's just exciting to see EA make a game that they first off said was dead, fucking single player games, but also a game that they're not trying to monetize to hell. So let's hope this is what we're wanting, and let's hope this gives them the message that they should be making more single player games with less ways to try to milk their customers. It's a good sign to hear what they're doing with this game, and I'm really excited about that. I'm also excited, like I said, another horror game in general, AAA and in space. It's a good recipe. Hopefully they nail it. With that all being said, this is the environment and lighting updates demo. We're going to hear what they got to say in 3, 2, 1, and go.
So let's get straight into it and talk about the Dead Space remake.
All right, let's get started.
So we're gonna dive right
All
in.
right, let's get started.
Claustrophobic headbanger hallway. Shown here on the screen is what Dead Space looked like in 2008. Although revolutionary for its time, let's see the design process.
It still looks great.
How it looks now. Roman and Phil, can you show us more?
That's a good looking game.
Yeah, so actually, one of the first things that we did was we went back to the
2008, dude.
Game. So we wanted to recreate the proxy, the full ship, the Ishimura, to recreate it. And then our art team went in and started adding a level of details to the environment so that we could have a higher fidelity and start seeing what can the game look like on next generation consoles. So we went in, added details, then started working on the shaders and the materials to try to have that metallic look.
That's cool. They actually went back to the original model.
The right materials out of the environment. From there, we did a first pass at lighting to try to get the mood right, because the atmosphere of Dead Space is pretty much on lighting, and then on VFX to try to get that full picture of what are we after, what are we trying to achieve for the game. And it looks great on a few stills, but it actually looks way better in game.
So what type of engine did you guys use to create this?
That was awkward.
And what graphics are you aiming for?
So great question, Jackie. We're using Frostbite as our dev engine, and we're going
Your
for
funeral, Doug.
IN
Good
graphics,
luck.
IN fidelity, and our focus is on lighting, VFX, and just overall audio experience to make sure that we would deliver the right atmosphere, something that was key in the original game.
Yeah, so I know we have a real live functional build currently. Can you bring that up? And this again is a work in progress.
So yes, that's super early, like it's end of pre-production build. We're just starting production. So
Looks pretty good. The textures seem kind of muddy,
on being done,
but the
what
lighting and
we really
the
wanted
details
to make
good.
a touch about it. It's really wanted to make sure that we nail the ambience and not only the look, the lightings, the VFX, the fog, but also
It's also gonna be a third-person game though, so you're not gonna be up in everything. From a distance, it looks great.
Inside those dark corridors. And not only it's in engine, it's actually in game. And here's my boy Isaac. So that rig, that
Here's my boy Isaac.
not the original, it's a new one. It's still work in progress. It's gonna be improved a lot, but it gives a first taste at Isaac Clarke in the remake. And look, here we are.
It looks better. I mean,
Everything looks phenomenal. The smoke.
I feel like the lighting could be a little better though. Maybe that's asking a lot.
It's
I feel like it should be darker.
but like you never
It's really bright, but it's fine. It looks better, 100%.
Since the original game came out, original Dead Space. Why is this remake happening now, and what exactly is this remake? Can you elaborate on that?
So one thing that's important for us, and that's why it's for PS5, Xbox Series, or for PC, is that it's not about
Xbox Series. I should start saying that, not X and S.
And so it's really
perfect.
about improving on a lot of different elements to create that original but still new experience, whether it's the new lighting and ray tracing, whether, like Phil mentioned, it's about audio, whether it's improvements to gameplay and having new zero-G, or as you're going to see maybe later, improvements and dismemberment and how you actually deal damage to the enemies, whether it's about having an unbroken and continuous experience. It's about doing a lot of improvements and how we enrich that experience. And so that's really what that remake is about.
Yeah, because,
Beautiful.
we've been looking at Reddit, we've been looking online, and there has been some people in the community noting that, the game already stood the test of time. This is still considered to be, quote unquote, a perfect game.
Exactly. And so, like we show,
Wow. This interviewer, conductor of the stream, or the hell person is so annoying. Like, get somebody who's actually enthusiastic about the game. This person sounds like they're just reading from a script and they're bored.
And that's really the age we're after.
There's people on Reddit who say this game is a perfect game. What do you have to say to that?
That's one of our production pillars that we have for the
Well, we're making a remake.
We want to make it relevant for today. Like, the games have evolved a lot since the original Dead Space came out. From obviously graphics, which is like the easiest way to see how it changed, but also as far as systems.
Not easiest necessarily to make.
Well, no, not easiest to make. No, that's for sure. But as far as systems, as far as just opportunities for gameplay and how to leverage it, that's something that we think that, given the evolution that Dead Space had within its own franchise with Dead Space 2 and Dead Space 3, but also how the franchise, how just the game industry evolved.
I can tell you right now, I'm really happy I didn't watch that 41-minute video. I was thinking about doing it. I'm still willing to do it, but
Yeah, I'm just blown away at how good everything looks.
the conversation here is not. It's not good.
And it feels like, I know you're saying it's really, really early. It's really, really early, but it's just,
Yeah.
this is, my goodness, what is it going to look like when you wind up getting kind of further down the line? So that's really fantastic.
We might keep some surprise for later.
Nice.
So, can you please now show the stat comparison of the original 2008 game versus the current project? yeah, that's a massive difference.
Here's
You
how
know, you
fucking
remember
spoiled I am. I looked at the
game in a certain
original
way, you
game,
think that it
and
looks
I was like,
great,
that looks
but then when you
great.
see
2008, that's
improvements,
wild. It looks so good.
big
And I see the new game, I'm like, it looks better. But the lighting.
It's always interesting to see just how far we've come in terms of technology. Right?
What an
Like,
asshole
it
I
was only
am.
13 years ago, but it seems like we've gone leaps
It looks
and bounds.
way better.
Right?
Looks
When it
way
comes to all
better.
the kind of small details you're
But the
seeing
lighting.
on
I wish the
new
lighting was
original
better.
Isaac is
I know they're
really
using ray
impressive
tracing,
to
but
see.
damn it, like turn it down a little bit. Turn the lights
What are
down.
your current goals for
So
the remake
bright.
exactly? How are you going to honor the legacy of Dead Space? Because that is huge shoes to fill. Bar is high.
She's like straight from fucking EA higher up.
Like the team is actually extremely passionate.
She's just
we're
like,
reflecting a lot. The original
somebody
game,
somewhere on the internet
looked
said
at it,
Dead Space
and
is a perfect
like I said,
game.
by making it
How are you
relevant,
gonna
looking at
live
different
up
games and what
to
they
the
did and see
legacy
how can we bring it
of
back
Dead
and
Space?
protect Dead Space. So, like, one
Would
of the
you
best
say
goals
that
is
this
trying
perfect
to
Dead
have
Space game
an unbroken experience
should
to
be
make the
worth
game
$80
fully
because
seamless,
it's
and
the
how can
best
that create
game
an
ever?
experience where the
And
players
even though we said we're not gonna do
know there's scope in the
microtransactions,
game,
wouldn't you
than
say
was previously the case.
Dead Space, being a perfect game,
One of the
deserves microtransactions? If you're a true fan,
game is that
couldn't
from
you see
even
yourself
before
supporting
start screen,
something that's
to
God
end the
tier?
game, rolling credits, to never have any break of experience, to have that full.
I lost myself in that corporate bullshit. I almost wasn't myself anymore. I was like, holy shit, time to grab my briefcase and go fucking make some money.
Starting with how the Ishimura and the structure of the game is built, because we don't want any cut. So there should be no loading. How do the full ship should be walkable from end to end seamlessly, etc. There's a lot of elements that start to unfold when you start to think the game.
She doesn't care, and he's just smiling the whole time, going, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, like
I hate this.
we gave ourselves
Fucking
an
EA,
objective,
dude.
like, if this
EA
is
and their
possible,
presentations.
Could we have players wanting to take the controller and play for 12 hours straight, never putting it down, not even going to the bathroom, just because they were so immersed?
I'm just gonna piss myself playing Dead Space, and not because I'm scared.
That's the type of immersion that we want to be able to achieve.
Because when I play games, I like to be comfortable. And if I get up to piss, I'm uncomfortable. And if I piss myself, I'm also uncomfortable, but less uncomfortable. And that's what matters when I play Dead Space.
Of the game too. I'd love to hear more about that.
So of course, horror it's one of the main pillar of Dead Space, and it's about a lot of elements in Dead Space. So of course, the story it's about that. It's that iconic survival horror story. You're alone, trapped on that hulking spaceship. But the main element for us was to get the ambience right, and so that's why we started with elements like, for example, the Headbanger corridor or the workshop that you can see in the teaser, is to make sure that we capture the ambience. It's about more than just the gore or the monsters or the story.
This
of the characters.
video is
It's
so
really about
long, dude.
the Ishimura and how isolated and stressed you feel when you're inside that ship. And so that's really an important pillar for us. And so that's why we want you to be fully immersed and to never be able to pull out from that experience.
The pacing was so good. Like, it was a master class in pacing, the original Dead Space, to keep you on the edge of your seat all the time. And that's actually something that we challenged the team early on. Like, how can we make sure that we don't break that recipe, that we don't break the right amount of nothing happening that's going to actually increase the level of tension when you're playing.
I feel like they're just kind of repeating the same things that they said when the original Dead Space was coming out.
And it's always something that's at the back of our head in every review that we're doing, and they're delivering amazing work on it.
We're just trying to make it like a scary game, bro. Like, we're just trying to take what we did before and make it better, man. But we're going to add some surprises in there. Okay?
On how much you can be surprised even when you're doing something wrong.
Okay, so what I got out of that is the runtime for this stream was probably too long. It's very bloated, very we don't have much to show or talk about, so make it work. Show a couple clips, which were that's what I liked. Watching that was interesting. But the talking, dude, was just bullshit. Just fucking Hey, Dead Space is amazing, the best game ever, dude. What are you doing to bring it back? Well, we're taking the old game and we're making it better looking, and we're going to add some surprises. We want to make a scary game. We want to make a game people want to play. Okay. Yeah, that sounds great. What I saw though visually, the game is looking a lot better. It's looking modern. The graphics are good. They do seem a little early in some ways, but they're looking good, and the lighting is good. Hopefully, they can give it a more atmospheric look, though, that can really up the tension in a game that's supposed to be scary. Everything else, I don't really care about in this video. All right. Next video is Dismemberment and Body Destruction Tech Demo, which I am interested in because in the last couple iterations of the game, shooting limbs off was a big part of the game. So let's see what kind of advancements they have made to that, and hopefully they don't talk fucking about stupid shit forever. My whole life they've been doing it, and they'll continue to do it.
Necromorphs, isn't that what we are really here for? When we say cut off their limbs, we want you to experience every gory detail of dismembering iconic
Every
necromorphs.
gory detail.
Now we will showcase our dismemberment gym. The dev team has created a peeling system that will be implemented into combat. Would you mind telling us more about the original system versus the new system and what peeling actually means?
I think actually something that's very important, as you can see with the feed, like it is definitely a gym, and it's intentional that we showcase this in a gym because we're so early with it. Visually, we're not at the right level of quality where we want to achieve, but we want to showcase functionality here. That's what we want to talk about, and what is the system that we have in mind for peeling, like you said.
So obviously, same thing, it's a really early build. It's a
very early.
That you see is work in progress. It's first implementation. A lot of VFX are missing. A lot of those modelizations are not final and missing a lot.
But that ray tracing, though, look at the light on the ground. It's actually like across the ground like that. Looks good.
It's first, of course, Dismemberment is back, and it's back with all the depth and fun you can have in that space. But one thing we wanted to, those are the only things, those are the things you can say only on Dead Space.
Damn, they're playing Tetris with that weapon.
To improve about that experience, it's when you're using a weapon that is not a carving weapon, like something, not like the plasma cutter. The plasma cutter is really fun to use. You can just shoot at anything, and really you have that instant feedback of the limb getting cut, etc. But when you had a different weapon, knowing how much damage you were dealing to the enemy, how was he reacting, etc., it was not necessarily as visceral and as clear as the original. And so that's the thing we're working on at the moment. And
it's cool that with every shot, it seems like the arm is deteriorating.
That we're developing.
It gives you good visual feedback, and like he said, visceral. It's a visceral experience to get that shot in and see something happen, some kind of reaction.
A good sense not only of gore and aura and ambience, but also of how much damage am I dealing to that opponent. Is my weapon actually useful against this one? How close is he to die? And that's something for me that is really interesting.
Yeah, you can really take him apart. Look at all that shit coming off him.
And where can we improve? Those are an example of what we can do, is that we don't have anymore to choose which feature we actually want to push. We can have dismemberment. We can have much more precision and body destruction. We can have seamless loading for the whole ship, etc., etc. And that's something really, really interesting for us. And another thing that is actually really interesting is that system. So again, for the moment, it's really early. For the moment, you're only showcasing it on the naked slasher, so you only see it with the flesh. But of course, later it's going to support like the claw, body armor, different layers, weak points, etc.
That's cool.
But it also improved one of the core of shooting in Dead Space, which is around the precision, and not only the precision of my weapon, but as an example, the precision of the plasma cutter. And so if I was to shoot, let's say, on that leg, then if I'm shooting here, I'm not going to cut the leg, because I'm not shooting at the place where the bone is actually visible. If I want to cut that leg, no, I need to be much more careful and precise in my aiming and in the shooting. And then, for us, what is interesting is that it opened a whole new layer of shooting and combat loop where you can have some weapons that are better at carving through the enemies, some weapons that are better at cleaning them. Sorry for the mic. Some weapons that are better at cleaning the.
I hope that they add some kind of more interesting ragdoll. I know the game's not really like a shooter, but like the way they die is kind of like collapse, but not in like a satisfying way.
Even with the team internally, he shows a lot of passion.
I know it's early build, so they could add that, but a lot of times what they show you is what you get.
More body dismemberment and more destruction on the body, and people are just like, what in the heck is he talking about? It looks great.
Sometimes,
Yeah, it looks amazing.
sometimes there's weird moments like that in the team where you do a meeting about dismemberment and blood and gore and dead bodies, and you misspell somebody's name and you're inviting somebody else to that meeting that is not part of the team, and they go like,
Oh no. Brace yourself, strap in. So Roman, on what level can we expect the detail of playing necromorphs, essentially? How detailed are we talking here?
in terms of the body destruction, the peeling.
How detailed are we talking here?
Really super detailed, as we can see on that video. So that's the first. First
That
step
thing
of
is
that technology,
fucking gross.
Which is not, I think, at the moment. Yes, here we go. You can see that it's really super precise. It's exactly where you're aiming, where you're shooting. It's exactly respecting the shape of the,
It's cool.
of the project.
I noticed that when he was shooting the arm,
If it was
at first I thought it was just like the bicep area, and then like the arm here, the forearm just had like break points, I guess. But then he shot a little higher and even more came off, and I was like, okay, it actually is based off of. It seems like they have a whole skeleton built, and then they have a flesh layer that comes off wherever you shoot at it, and then the bone breaks where you shoot it, which is pretty cool. Honestly, if I'm being honest. If I was honest with myself about being honest, I would honestly probably say that, honestly.
Different behavior based on whether you were cutting the legs or the head, whether they go berserk, etc. So here our goal, it's for enemies like Slasher, it's not necessarily to improve or make or give more precision in where you can cut the enemy. It's more to try to extend that fun and that depth to other enemies that tend to be a bit lighter in terms of dismemberment and behavior, like for example the Infector or the Brute. Like, I can't wait to show you when you get behind the Brute and you start to peel his back and dig for weak points.
Oh, I can't wait.
That's the type of improvement we're going for.
Get to the weak points.
Yeah, I love the peeling of the different layers of skin down to the organs and bones, especially coming from a medical background. It's just insane to see. The level of expectation is very much up here, and we'll hold you accountable.
One thing that you might have noticed quickly in the prototype, and that's something we're going.
So glad I didn't watch this whole thing.
To dig a bit more, it's when you actually cut a limb, but there's still a layer of flesh. We don't necessarily always want the limb to go out and fly away, and sometimes we keep it attached by the layer of flesh or tendrils to the body. So currently that VFX is missing, but the technology to keep it attached and dangling is there. And so you can grab those with kinesis to make it a bit faster to dismember them, and then you can throw them back to the opponent. So I think we'll
Got
see
it.
a little bit
Got it.
more.
I understand. You can dismember them.
That's also the
Get it,
power
man.
And
I am glad they're adding like a variation of different ways it can go, though, because it would be kind of repetitive if you just did the same thing over and over again and you get the same result.
By bringing it back, like it gives you an option to. We actually took back the impalement from Dead Space 2, so it gives you an option to actually impale your enemies that's right in front of you and using it as a projectile against your enemies. So it gives you more creative opportunities to kill your enemies, really.
So that means that we're going to continue to have cut off your limbs, and we're going to have dangle your limbs too. Be the thing that people are going to start.
There's so many like fake smiles constantly. People say the things that aren't even like funny or interesting, and people are just like fucking just big ear to ear grins. Just, oh yeah, whatever you say is good. Let's sell this fucking game, EA. The dismemberment looks cool. On a tech level, I don't really care about a whole lot that they said. I didn't get a lot of info. They just kind of said exactly what I saw in a lot of different ways. The two things I get out of this, though, is the game is in early development. I already kind of said that because it definitely is in early development, but it's definitely in early development. It seems like they got character models made, and it seems like they're working on the ship now. So that's cool. We still got plenty of time, and I'm glad they have something to show. Starfield and Bethesda games in general, they don't really show a whole lot off when it comes to their games, even early concept. Although they did show pictures recently. And so it is nice to see somebody else trying to show something, but at the same time, this feels bloated. It feels like they're showing what they got, which is interesting for sure, especially on a game that we have already played the original version of, so they can talk freely about certain things and just kind of tell us what's coming. The dismemberment, stuff like that, it's looking good, but at the same time, they don't got a whole lot to talk about, so they're really there's a lot of filler here. It's like they're like, we got to last 41 minutes, what do we talk about? There's dismemberment. What we really want to do is make sure you can dismember enemies the way you want to do it. We want to make sure dismemberment's creative, like where you shoot is where it breaks. There's flesh there, and you get rid of the flesh, and then you get rid of the bone, and it's just like wherever you shoot is where it breaks, and like that's really what we want. We want you to be able to dismember enemies. It's gonna be really cool, really gory, and like with a person with a medical background. I really appreciate being able to dismember things where I shoot, but it's like, dude, okay, we get it, man. Just fucking get to the point. Take a lesson from Nintendo. Take a lesson from fucking Sony on how to just get to the fucking point and show us what's up. Sorry, anyway, I'm ranting about that shit again. The dismember looks cool. It does look like a cool system. I'm glad they're adding certain things to make sure that it's kind of different. Different times when you shoot people, like the limbs staying attached or not being attached. It's a cool touch, and I think it will add to the experience of like, oh, that time he didn't do that thing. Oh, this time you see that shit. So that's pretty cool. All in all, though, Dead Space Remake is looking cool. It's sounding cool. It sounds like they are just legit making a new version of the original game on Frostbite, which is wild. Not that wild for EA, but it's kind of scary knowing they're making it on there. And it's too early to tell, but it sounds like it's in good hands. Sounds like these guys are enthusiastic about it. They were the least annoying of the four. And I can't wait to see more on it when we start seeing actual gameplay. Although they are dissecting it so much that by the time we do see a trailer, I'll probably have felt like I've already played the game maybe, but we'll see. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about Dead Space Remake? What do you think about these videos? Was there something in the original video that I missed that I should have watched? Let me know. What do you think about the dismemberment? Do you think they're doing a good job with it? Are you excited for that? Are you a big Dead Space fan? Are you not? What do you think about those environments? Do you like the lighting? Do you think it should be darker like me? Do you think it should be brighter? Just turn those fucking lights on, dude. Why is all sci-fi dark, dude? Turn the lights on in these fucking hallways. Let me know in the comments below. But that's going to do it for this episode of TLG Reacts. As always, thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this episode. Make sure to check out our other episodes. Check us out on social media and streams. Links down below. And our Discord, link down below. You can talk to us anytime, all the time. And we're on iTunes, Spotify, and other podcast platforms if you prefer to listen to us. We have a Patreon. If you'd like to support this channel more than liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. If you're brand new, type in GOTM and a game to put your vote in on this episode and all episodes in September. And you might win Game of the Month in October, where we'll play the game you picked. But you got to play to win. And I think that's everything. Game of the Month is coming out tomorrow. It's delayed by 1 day. And we'll find out what the Game of the Month for September is. I can't wait to find out what game that is. But until the next episode, I've been Seth. Have a good one, guys. And take it easy.